Howdy, hi. It is Do Your Job Sports college basketball picks and predictions for Monday, March 10th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, previous day's results. I got my Tookus handed to me pretty hard. 2-5 on the day, bringing our season record to 444 and 417. We added money to the giveaway fund. That fund is now at $60. Giveaways at the end of the season. I'm going to recap our 2 winners and 5 losers. Most of the losers were not very close. So, our 2 winners, we had Delaware over 164.5. This one, never a doubt. Delaware 100, William & Mary 78. Pretty easy math. That's 178 points. Delaware kind of absolutely crushed him, considering William & Mary was a 3.5-point favorite. Delaware, the 12th seed, now moves on to the semifinal tomorrow to take on Towson. We will be betting that game. Next game, Towson, minus 2.5. We took them against Drexel. This one got really close late. They were dominating for the beginning half of the game. Then they let them sneak back in, scoring 47 points in the second half. But we got there in the end. Towson 82, Drexel 76. Again, not the best at math, but that is a 6-point win, and it's greater than 2.5. Now our losers. The only one of these that was really close was North Alabama. Michigan, plus 7.5 against Sparty. No good, as they got cattywampused. 79-62. They shoot 36% from the field, 12% from deep. 12. 3 of 24. It was the entire team. Vladdy, 0 of 1. Trey Donaldson, 0 of 4. Wolf, 1 of 4. Jones, 1 of 5. Burnett, 1 of 4. Shetter, off the bench, 0 of 4. Like, nobody could put the ball in the hoop. So that never stood a chance. Our only game that was actually close, North Bama, we had them plus 5.5 at Lipscomb. I watched the majority of this game. Did not watch the 5 or 10 minutes, which I guess I really should have. North Alabama was up 1 point with 5 minutes left. They lose this game by 11. I wasn't asking for you to cover, or for you to win, North Alabama. You just needed to cover 5.5. I didn't think it would be that difficult. Obviously it was. I think the home atmosphere got to him. 15 of 24 from the free throw line. You cannot be doing that in an elimination game. Then we have Colgate, who are not going to make the big dance. I think for the first time in, I want to say 4 or 5 years, they lose outright to American 72-62. Despite having a 3-point halftime lead, American just kind of kicked the door in second half, winning the second half 46-33. Shout out to American. They play, I think, Navy tomorrow in the Patriot League final. So that should be interesting. Then we had Bradley plus 220 on the money line. The Missouri Valley Conference fucked this up. They could have had 2 teams going to the big dance. All they had to do was rig their conference final, and they didn't do it. Drake 63, Bradley 48. Drake 23 free throws. Bradley, 13 free throws. It's supposed to be flip-flopped. If you want Bradley to win, you get them more free throws. Easy peasy. Just you call fouls that aren't there. You call travels on Drake that aren't there. You tee up their coach midway through the game. You do everything possible. Yet they didn't do it. They messed up. They had an opportunity. They squandered it. Now we talk about a team that's horrible at basketball, ECU, plus 5.5. I turned this game off after about 10 minutes because it was gross. Trying to find the final score. It turned into an absolute murder. Where is the final? Oh, good God. 53-81. East Carolina, 29% from the field. 13% from deep. I would love to know how many of my teams today shot under 20% from deep. They won the turnover battle. They lost the offensive rebound battle by 2. You would think that would result in a game that didn't end in a 28-point differential, but you'd be fucking wrong. You'd be horribly wrong. All right, that's the recap. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game numero uno, Montana State, Idaho State. I'm taking Idaho State plus the 1.5. This is the third round of the Big Sky tournament. Technically a neutral site game, but this one's taking place in Boise. So they're going to have the home crowd, I think, for Idaho State. I think it's going to help them out, so I'll take them plus 1.5. Montana State, 14-17 on the year. They average 72 points a game, played a bottom 100 pace, shoot it 45% from the field. These stats between these two teams are pretty even. They have split this season series 1-1. Montana State winning by 5, losing the other battle by 3. I think this one's going to be a close game. So if you're giving me plus a 1.5 with the home team, realistically, I think I have to take them. Idaho State 15-14 on the year. They score 75 a game, played a bottom 75 pace. The stats are all pretty similar, like I said. Idaho State does dominate the rebounds, though. They're ranked 42nd in the country on the glass. Montana State ranked just 326. If they can get more shot ups, I think that results in a dub. So I'll take the neutral site, realistic home team, plus a 1.5. Next game, another neutral site. It is Youngstown State and Cleveland State. I'm going with the Vikings, minus 1.5. So this game's taking place in Indianapolis. Neither team really has a home edge. Youngstown State's on the east side of Ohio. Cleveland State's on the northeast side of Ohio. I really don't think any of these fans are traveling for the games, just family and friends. Should be a pretty empty stadium, so I don't think the crowd's going to come into it. I will take who I think is the better basketball team with Cleveland State. Youngstown State 20-12 on the year, coming off of a 5-point true home win against IPFW. They shot the ball just 36% from the field and still managed to win that game. They score 77 points a game, played a top 75 pace, shoot it 44% from the field. They do play a completely different style of ball than the Vikings do, so pretty interesting matchup. Cleveland State 21-11 on the year. They average 74 a game, played a bottom 100 pace, shoot it 45% from the field. They beat the Norse by 5 points in their quarterfinal game. So both of these teams coming off of pretty tight games. Should be interesting to watch. I will take Cleveland State minus the 1.5. They got the better defense. I will back them. Next game is the two teams we bet on and won today. Delaware Towson taking the over 145.5. It does pain me a little bit, seeing as though we hit winners with them today. But Delaware scoring 100, I think we're going to see a high pace in this game, so I'll take the over again. Delaware 14-19 on the year. They've won their first 3 games in this tournament. They are a 12 seed going up against a 1 seed. They score 77 points a game, played a top 75 pace, shoot it 45% from the field. In their previous 3 conference tournament games, they have scored 80, 79, and 100. They're feeling good. They don't really play defense, so I like balls going into hoop. Towson 21-10 on the year. They just beat Drexel 82-76 in their first game of the conference tournament. They average 70 a game, played a bottom 10 pace. This is where playing at a neutral court should benefit the pace and the over. Normally, if you're home in a true home environment and you're a slow-paced team, you're going to play even slower. Now at a neutral court, crowd's not going to be all behind you. I think they speed the game up a bit. Also, could be getting free throws at the end, so I will gladly take 145.5 over. Next game, we are headed back to the Horizon League. Oakland, Robert Morris. I'm taking a Rob Morris minus the 1.5. Another game taking place in Indianapolis. Neither of these teams got a real home court. Currently, I am not fading Robert Morris. They are riding an 8-game winning streak. Roll Colonials. Oakland, 16-17 on the year. They won their first 2 games of the conference tourney, beating Green Bay at home, then going on the road to Milwaukee. They score 70 points a game, play a pretty weird zone defense, which has honestly been pretty much a struggle for majority of teams. They have already played Robert Morris this year. They have lost to them twice by 8 points and 2 points. So the fact I only have to lay 1.5 sounds pretty good. Robert Morris, 24-8 on the year. They score 77 points a game, play at a top 175 pace, shoot at 45% from the field. Their defense ranked 75th in the country. They just win basketball games. Period, point blank, end of story. They are not supposed to be good this year, but for some reason, they are. Not fading them. They won 8 in a row. Keep it going. Rob Morris. Final game, the line is not out, but whatever Wofford plus the points are, that is what I will be going here. This is the SoCon final. Wofford-Furman neutral site game in Asheville, North Carolina. Both of these teams are proud programs. I think their fans are going to travel no matter what. Now, both of these teams have also spent their majority of time on the banned list for me this season. So if Wofford doesn't cover, I will be pretty pissed. Wofford 17-15 on the year. They won their quarterfinal game by 12, in their semi game by 20. They score 75 points a game, played a bottom 50 pace, shoot at 45% from the field. They're really good at rebounding. They're an old team. I think they get her done. Furman 24-8 on the year. They score 77 a game, played a bottom 150 pace, shoot at 45% from the field. They do win most of the statistic battles here, but they're a team that can go cold from the field from long stretches of the game. I think a defense that Wofford had, which isn't that bad, they've been playing hot, and Wofford's an older team. I think we see a close game. So whatever Wofford plus the points are is what I will be going. Seeing as though it's a conference final, I'd imagine this opens at like 4, maybe 4.5, maybe even less than that, honestly. Maybe 2.5, 3. Whatever it is, I'm taking it. So Wofford and the points, let's go. All right, that is going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.